A puppy carried half a severed finger in its mouth and actually found a police car to ask for help. The puppy led the police car to a remote house, and when the police broke down the door, they saw a shocking scene. Dozens of dogs were locked in a dog cage, and there was a ragged boy. He was the owner of the severed finger, and the ones who fired the gun were actually his father and brother. This was an extremely twisted family. The father was inherently violent and made a living by training dogs. To make them more fierce in competitions, he would deliberately starve them and provoke them. The eldest son was just like him, but the youngest son was different. Because all the love and kindness he knew came from the dogs, he always secretly fed them, and every time he did, he was severely beaten by his father. Once, when he was feeding the dogs, his brother found him, and his brother immediately went to the dinner table and maliciously reported him to their father. Seeing how stubborn and unyielding the youngest son was, anger built up in the father's heart. The enraged father threw him into the dog cage without hesitation. The timid mother just hid silently behind the door. Soon after, the mother brought him many cans, told him to hide them secretly, then apologized to him through the cage and completely abandoned him. From then on, the boy lived with the dogs, eating and sleeping together. He accidentally found a small hole in the corner of a storage room in the dog shed. There were many magazines hidden by his mother inside, and this little treasure became his school. He lived in the dog cage for 3 years, with only a thin blanket even on snowy days, but he was content. That spring, a litter of puppies was born. He was taking care of them when his brother stumbled upon the secret. His brother ignored his desperate pleas and ran to tell their father. Soon after, the father came out with a shotgun, wanting to kill the puppies. The boy begged to feed them himself, but the father didn't listen at all. The boy's pleas turned to anger, and he barked like a dog at these so-called family members. A bullet shot off one of his fingers, then ricocheted off the wall and hit his spine. Only then did the father realize he'd messed up in his rage. He tried to check inside the dog cage, but was stopped by his eldest son, who told the father to go back inside, and said he'd handle it. Facing his fallen younger brother, he yelled at him, calling him a beast, threw him a handkerchief, prayed for a moment, then left, leaving only the dogs whimpering anxiously and pacing around. The boy silently wrapped his injured hand, put the severed finger into a plastic bag, then struggled to crawl to the corner, took out a magazine, pointed at the police car in it, and spoke to a puppy.
See this? Come on.